Hey, Shalom Akim. First foremost, give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chakudash, the honors under the elders Apostle Millstone, the elders Millstone, and of course, peace and blessings under the hopeful elect, the sincere servants of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, serving in truth and sincerity. Yes, I'm the brother Chayabo from G-Men's Plain Devil's Camp. Come back with another lesson to his spirit. There's this lesson be based off of this article from TheGuardian.com, which reads, it says, U.S. military used Anthropic's AI model, Claude, in Venezuela raid, report says. And it says, Wall Street Journal says Claude used in operation via Anthropic's partnership with Palantir Technologies. And they... So, obviously, we already knew, or let's go and read this article. So it says, Claude, the AI model developed by Anthropic, was used by the U.S. military during its operation to kidnap Nicolas Maduro from Venezuela, the Wall Street Journal revealed on Saturday. A high-profile example of how the U.S. Defense Department is using artificial intelligence in its operations. And as we know, of course, we're transitioning onto the NWO, Esau's new system. Esau, of course, being what the so-called white man, strong with the elites and national banking families of the society. Well, we already know how we're transitioning onto the NWO. The new, world order that they want to establish on planet Earth. Again, this is what the elites want. And what AI is going to play a big part of this new system. We already it just got revealed that how it was used within that Venezuela raid, showing you that the military is already using it, within its operations, and we know where it's leading to. So it says the U.S. raid on Venezuela involved bombing across the capital, Caracas, and the killing of 83 people, according to Venezuela's defense ministry. It says Anthropic was the first AI developer known to be used in a classified operation by the U.S. Department of Defense. It was unclear how the tool, which has capabilities ranging from processing PDFs to piloting autonomous drones, was deployed. It says a spokesperson for Anthropic declined to comment on whether Claude was used in the operation, but said any use of the AI tool was required to comply with its usage policies. The U.S. Defense Department did not comment on the claims. And ultimately, we know, again, this AI is going to play a big part within Esau's new system. And he's already using it as we speak, as we transition onto that new system. And that new system is going to begin once Esau mandates the mark of the beast. So we already know, scriptures go into how Esau is going to basically persecute the prophets, how Esau is going to come again, or there's going to be insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. How Esau is going to be like a madman sparing none. Ultimately, in all that, let's go ahead and get real quick. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. It says, least saints to gain advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And getting real quick. 2 Esdras. Chapter 16 and 69. It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. Or let's start at verse 68. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden on their foot. For there should be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Yeah, because ultimately Esau's going to try to come up against the elect. Now in that, we understand how really, ultimately the ones who aren't covered by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai are going to be overtaken by these things. We understand how ultimately the elect will be protected. within these times. But it's what the elect will still be tried as gold in the fire. Difference is that what the elect are going to make it out. Also, obviously what the scripture is going to, how there's going to be martyrs, but obviously there's going to be more of the elect who are saved, or really all of course, all the elect will receive salvation and be saved. But there's going to be more elect who are transitioned from those corruptible, from the corruptible bodies onto the incorruptible. Then those, of course, who die and are martyred. So it says, 2 Ends chapter 16 and Samuel 3 says, then shall they be known whom I have chosen, and they should be tried as gold in the fire. Yeah, so within this insurrection, again, Esau is going to come with everything he has. All of his weapons, all of the things that he's been preparing. Again, his AI, these different operations, you go into these different projects. Again, Esau's going to try his best to overtake what the elect. And again, AI is going to play a huge part within, again, his operations. Obviously we know he's going to be sending his robot dogs, different robots and drones and whatever, all powered by AI, again, to capture those who he wants to capture. It says, so it says the WSJ cited anonymous resources who said Claude was used through Anthropic's partnership with Palantir Technologies, a contractor with the U.S. Defense Department and federal law enforcement agencies. Palantir refused to comment on the claims. And yeah, we read at that one article how Trump basically made that Genesis mission, whatever. The Genesis mission. Let's go ahead and look it up real quick. So this is from energy.gov. It says Energy Department announces 26 Genesis mission science and technology challenges to accelerate AI-enabled American innovation and leadership. And again, they're not just doing this, to help the people. And again, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We understand of Satan's devices, meaning schemes. Ultimately, his plans, we're not ignorant of them. We understand his ulterior motives behind it. Again, nothing that Esau does. There's nothing that Esau does that, there's not an ulterior motive behind it. It's always what to help him first and foremost. And again, Esau works in the wicked way, where again ultimately he's constantly oppressing, but he's benefiting off of it. But he puts it in a way where it seems like it's beneficial onto you. As scriptures say, his words are smooth as butter, basically paraphrasing. So he can make the most oppressive thing and ultimately the thing that's contrary against you, make it seem like it is the best thing in the world. Again, one of Satan's things, obviously one of Esau's gifts, because again, we understand Esau is a physical counterpart of Satan, is deception. We know a big part of Satan, of course, is deception. Read again, it's 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 11. At least Satan should get an advantage of us where we're not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, so AI is rapidly advancing just for the people. No, ultimately it's for Esau. Trump did not make that $500 billion investment for the Stargate project just for the people. And to benefit America. No, ultimately he's doing the bidding of the elites, which is to accelerate that NWO. That's ultimately what they want. And again, AI is going to play a big part of it. Going back to the article, and ultimately what to mandate the mark of the beast, as Scripture is going to, which is the RFID implant. So it says the U.S. and other militaries increasingly deploy AI as part of their arsenals. Israel's military has used drones with autonomous capabilities in Gaza and has extensively used AI to fill its targeting bank in Gaza. It says the U.S. military has used AI targeting for strikes in Iraq and Syria in recent years. Critics have warned against the use of AI weapons technologies and the deployment of autonomous weapon systems. Yeah, so what says pointing to targeting mistakes created by computers governing who should and should not be killed. Yeah, so imagine if AI is pulling up to your door. I mean, what that's going to happen, man? Ultimately, again, these bots are going to be sent out, whether if it's drone, robot dog, or Esau's making these humanoids now. These super robots. So imagine a super robot coming up to your door. And it's just completely 100% AI. No human is controlling it. It's just 100% being programmed off an algorithm deciding whether to take you out or not. And again, AI isn't perfect. Because, yeah, at the end of the day, a lot of data can be loaded within AI, but again, it's still within a box. It doesn't have senses. Even though Esau can, Esau can program some of these functions within AI, but again, it's still not an actual living being with a spirit in it. So obviously, it will make mistakes. So there's things that AI cannot comprehend, again, because it's still AI. At the end of the day, it's still artificial intelligence. It's still a computer. It's not actually living. Again, of course, there's going to be mistakes made from AI, but we understand Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Again, all things are subject onto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, including AI, including computers, including any one of Esau's inventions. So nothing that Esau forms against us is going to prosper, as of course Isaiah 47 or 44, it's like Isaiah 54 and 17 goes into. So it says Isaiah 54 and 17, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. See, so no weapon that's formed against us shall prosper. So this is a promise unto the Lord's elect. It says, this is a heritage of the servants of the Lord Yahweh, and the righteousness is of me, said the Lord Yahweh. Exactly. So this is promised unto the elect of the nation of Israel. No weapon that's formed against the elect shall prosper. No matter how, again, no matter what it is, Esau's going real deep into ultimately forming these things that come up against the elect. AI and again all these advanced weapons that he's making. Again, nothing that's formed against the elect shall prosper. But Esau's so proud that he's even preparing a space force to fight against the Lord and his angels. So if Esau's that proud to think that he can come up against the Lord and his angels, obviously, what more us? Ultimately the Lord's elect. 2 Ezra chapter 16 and 73 says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Here are ye, my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Yeah, so we're going into this. We're already in this dystopian society, but it's gonna become even worse, especially when you saw Menes the mark of the beast. That scripture is going to Revelation chapter 13 and 16. And he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. Let's go ahead and get that real quick. Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might borrow himself save he that had a mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And when you get that word from mark within in Greek, the Greek word is kragma, going into a physical stamp. Basically a scratch or etching. Going into how there's going to be a mark by the way of incision. So obviously, and it says in verse 17 how you won't be able to buy or sell without it. So meaning it's going to have buying and selling capabilities within it. So obviously we know this links up onto a C-hip, an implant, electronic implant that they want to embed within everybody. As you can see right here, this is what it is. The C-hip. Again, scratch or etching, and ultimately a stamp as a badge of servitude. And this is going to be that badge of servitude, showing you that, again, those who take it, ultimately, they're showing that their obedience under Esau. So, again, whether there's only two choices. You either serve Yahweh Bashim Yashai, and referring this onto the Israelites. Of course, we either have two choices: what to serve Yahweh Bashim Yashai, or what to bow down to Esau. Obviously, you want to serve Yahweh Bashim Yashai for sincere brothers and few sisters out there within His truth. Because as the scripture is going to, what the hour of temptation. Let's get that real quick. Revelation 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience in this red letter, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which will come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this Yahushua is speaking. So ultimately the elect will be protected from the hour of temptation. The hour of temptation is when Esau menaces the mark. And again, it's going to be the biggest temptation of all time. Because when you go into it, you won't be able to buy or sell. So you won't have, ultimately, you won't have access to anything within society. Esau is going to be tempting you with death. Scriptures say how some of us will be cast into prison for 10 days. Again, Esau is going to be coming down like a madman, sending out his martial law, sending out different AI robots and drones and whatever. Again, we already see how Esau is using AI within his military operations. So how much more when Esau puts down his foot down, again, in 100% chaos within Babylon Great, which is America, what to establish the NWO. Because again, this AI, what the main reason behind it is what for Esau to establish his NWO even quicker. Going to what Revelation 12:12, you know what that he hath but a short time. So again, Trump's not just didn't invest or create this Target project, $500 billion investment just for the people. No, obviously they're doing it for them. And, they're going to throw a few, bones here and there for the people to keep the people, again, to keep the masses sedated at the end of the day. Oh, AI again. Yeah, we understand AI has its uses, its benefits. But again, it's not to serve the people. Ultimately, it's for Esau at the end of the day. It's for the elites, for the benefit of the elites, for the advantage of the elites at the end of the day. And we understand that. So, hey, we know what to expect. So, yeah, I believe we can finish out this article. It says, critics have warned against the use of AI and weapons technologies in the deployment of autonomous weapon systems, pointing to targeting mistakes created by computers governing who should and should not be killed. AI companies have grappled with how the technology should engage with the defense sector, with Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei calling for regulation to prevent harms from the deployment of AI. Amodei has also expressed awareness over the use of AI in autonomous lethal operations and surveillance in the U.S. And the scripture also go into how Esau, basically, what his left hand, or his evil angels. AI, without a doubt, is one of his evil angels. It says this more cautious stance has apparently rackled the U.S. Defense Department with the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, saying in January that the department wouldn't employ AI models that wouldn't, just like it says, that won't allow you to fight wars. It says the Pentagon announced in January that it would work with xAI, owned by Elon Musk. The Defense Department also uses custom versions of Google Gemini and OpenAI systems to support research. And we read that basically you can go into the Genesis mission as well. It goes into how it's powered by NVIDIA, or basically there is a collaboration right now between NVIDIA, AMD. You go into, let's go ahead and look it up. So this is AI mode. It says Genesis mission corporate partnerships. Agreements have been signed with 24 major organizations, including NVIDIA, Microsoft, OpenAI, Google, and IBM. And then you can go more into it. Also mentions Palantir. And we see how we had Anthropic and Palantir already collaborating with each other within this military operation. So again, it's not for the benefit of society. Again, it definitely helps. But the main reason, again, is for the elites to establish their new society. What total control, as the other Apostle Gabar brings out about the interview, Aaron Russo, total control, establishing that MOTB. So imagine when everything is completely linked. Those who take out the MOTB, they're going to be completely linked with the grid. Obviously, bro, they're already making that sixth generation technology. Again, to create a tighter grid, to create an even more powerful network. So that once these things are established, again, everything is going to be total control. You go into the Neuralink. Again, which also, what the scriptures say, how, again, going into those who put the mark into the forehead, or basically they're going to take the mark within the forehead. So, we know the Neuralink basically is a brain chip that is a brain chip at the end. So. And obviously Esau is going to have the capability to influence and control the minds of those who take it. So again, we know what to expect. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So yeah. Ultimately, we're commanded by Yahweh Hashem Yahshai not to take it. The judgment is written for those who take it. And as the scriptures say, the Lord's going to protect those who keep the word of his patience, meaning those who serve him and do his will unto the end. Of course, from the hour of temptation, which is when Esau mandates that mark. You won't be able to buy or sell without it, or do anything, of course, within society, which basically is buying and selling. That's what the society is ultimately about. So yeah, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai will protect his elect, which his brothers and few sisters out there hope to be a part of, hopeful elect. And again, so ultimately Yahweh Hashem Yahshai promised that he's going to protect his elect. And ultimately, that's what we put our hope in. And again, the Lord's word is true. So it will come to pass. So, hey, at the end of the day, all we have to do is continue serving Yahweh Hashem Yahshai and doing his will and doing what he said to do. And the Lord has promised that he will protect us from these things. So, hey, ultimately, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, again, will protect his elect. And will take care of his elect as the scripture is going to. So, Lord's will, you brothers out there edified. Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, Shalom.